And go. Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to make a quick video live stream to see if anyone has any more questions. I've had a couple of students email me today with some last minute questions. So what I did was I made some Word documents talking about welcome to my life. The last one I did was about Karl Marx and capitalism. Other ones were about dramaturgy, front stage, backstage. I don't know. Check them out on Blackboard. You go to click on our class, go to the left side where it says content, click there, and then scroll to the bottom, and you will find additional information on topics for exam 1. And there's 3 documents, so check those out in case you might need a different explanation for some of the terms you may have missed in class, or from the book, or from the PowerPoints, or whatnot. So, it's about bedtime, ain't it, little one? So now I just sit and wait. I guess I could open up the study guide and throw out some last minute comments. Exam 1 is on chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chapter 1 is the sociological perspective. Chapter 2 is culture. Chapter 3 is socialization. And chapter 4 is social structure and social interaction. All right. So real quick, I'm going to pull up the study guide. All right. Let's see. Exam 1. My computer is very old, so it takes it a minute to get warmed up. Oh yes, please remember, Scantron, pencil, be on time. Remember, you have to be in class within the first 10 minutes so that you can take the test. You have to have a Scantron. It's the only way to get graded. And you have to use a pencil on that Scantron. And remember to write your name.
Can you help?
Hello. I'm doing a live video for the students. I'll be with you in just a minute.
I forgot how to tie.
Get me up. Look, I can multitask. I can teach sociology and take care of a nine-year-old. So, how have you been, Mehmet? We have an exam tomorrow, and I've had a couple of students last-minute questions, so I decided to go live. Oh, our study guide. Let's see what we got here. So, chapter 1, let me minimize it. All right, here we go. All right, society, social location, the scientific method, using empirical data. That's what makes sociology scientific. All right, we've got positivism, okay? Remember, positivism, Comte, we want to reform society. Social Darwinism, we want to leave society as it is, just report what we see, and let nature take its course. Now, that's a non-professional way of explaining it, but there you go. The Protestant ethic and the spirit of capitalism. Remember, the goal of capitalism is profit. The engine for social change. Karl Marx said it was economics. Max Weber said it was religion. We've got functionalism, conflict theory, W.E.B. Du Bois. What is a theory? A perspective. A theory is a way of viewing a social phenomenon. Remember, I said we put the glasses on for the conflict theory, and then we take those off, and then we put the other glasses on for the symbolic interactionist, and then we take them off, and then we put on the functionalist. I don't like functionalists. I'm a conflict theorist myself. Symbols, that goes along with symbolic interaction. Nonverbal interaction. That was a question asked earlier. Nonverbal interaction would be gestures like that. Let's see, personal space, silence, nonverbal. Okay. Functions, manifest and latent. One of the easiest examples for this one. All right, let's say that the population wants to increase. So, I don't know, the government's going to give everybody $1 million if they have a baby. What is the manifest function? Population increase. What is a latent function? Increase of diaper sales. Aha. Latent functions are unintended consequences. All right, we've got hypothesis, which is a statement. Oh, validity and reliability. What am I in grad school? But let's see. Validity and reliability. Okay, reliability means that you can take a research that's been done and repeat it over and over in the same manner, and you get the same results. Reliability. Validity means you are studying what you mean to study. Now, what does that mean? Let's go with that population increase, birth rate. All right. So we're studying the increase of population. We would not, let's say, study this bottle of lotion, because that is invalid. It has nothing to do with the population increase. So we don't study the lotion, we study the population, and that, my students, is validity and reliability. All right, generalizability. This was another one that was asked about earlier. And then I gave y'all the little part on here. A sample must be representative of the population. All right, here we go. Random example. Let's say that you wanted to study every visitor to the United States in 2018. That would be your population. All right. Reality is, let's say that you make a beautiful questionnaire with, items that you're going to ask, your population of visitors to the United States. How in the world are you going to locate every single visitor of the population that visits the United States? It's very difficult. I believe impossible. Why? Because people, change addresses and they don't have telephones and the internet goes out. I don't know. So instead of studying the population, because it's difficult to grab a hold of, you can draw a random sample, which is our next one in line. All right? You make a random sample. This means that every person in your population has an equal chance of being selected. Okay? So let's see here. For example, if your population, I'm making this up, okay? If your population is 70% white people, as in white people make up 70% of your population, then your random sample must have 70% white people. Okay? Now, if it is a random sample, a true random sample, and it is representative of the population that's being studied, then you can generalize your findings of the sample to the population. Okay? The last couple of items, participant observation. Literally, you're going to go in, you're going to watch people do stuff, and then you're going to write about it. You're going to participate, write down. Don't use biases. Can't be biased. And then the experiment is another research methods. And then randomly in the end is globalization. Where'd that come from? Henslin? Yes, the book is written by Henslin. I didn't choose it. Okay, globalization. That means today, if I wanted to talk to one of my good friends that lives in China, Dr. Li Jing, I could call her up on the phone, hit her up on Facebook. If this was 200 years ago, wouldn't be able to do that. Globalization. That's kind of a simple way of explaining it, but I'm getting kind of tired. And we've only gone through chapter 1. So, anybody have any questions, concerns?
Can you help now?
The child is needing help. Sure.
Let me over your ponytail.
Oh, she is making TikTok videos. She loves it. And she has made some fancy gloves from a shirt that was bought for her. She cut the sleeves off the shirt and made gloves. Cute. Creative. I love my child. I guess tomorrow morning when y'all wake up, you'll watch this, and this will be a review for the test. All right, what we need?
Tie this part of it.
Okay. You got 2?
Yeah, I'm just done with the first part of it.
All right.
I'll be
Check
back.
out these gloves. Yeah. Creative.
I'll be back with another one.
She is almost 10 years old. She'll be 10 New Year's Eve. The most difficult job I've ever had was becoming a parent, as in socializing this kid. It's hard. She's my little sociology experiment. I'm kidding. Or am I?
One with this one.
Okay.
Ponytails on the thumb.
What do you know about sociology? Tell them what sociology is.
It's
What's sociology?
same thing with that one.
No, come on.
Oh.
What is sociology? What do we study?
You study into people.
You study people.
Human behavior.
Human behavior. She's going to make an A on the test tomorrow. All right, you guys, you want to do chapter 2? I don't know if I can make it through all of them. I'm tired. All right. Woo. All right, chapter 2 is culture. All right. We're gonna make this short and sweet. And I'll just let y'all send me questions when needed. Okay. Chapter 2 is on culture. First topic, culture shock. I believe that Henslin in the book used the example of he was in Morocco, maybe? I don't know. He was in another country, and he was wanting to buy a bus ticket, and the people in this country did not stand in line and wait for each individual to buy a ticket. They just threw their money at the salesperson in a chaotic fashion. Therefore, I believe Henslin experienced culture shock. All right, and then we got culture definition. Oh, ethnocentrism. Thinking that you're better than everybody else. We don't like that. How about using cultural relativism instead? That means we judge a culture, or no, we don't judge a culture, but we understand a culture based on its own standards. Okay. Language, very important. And just think, language is made up of one symbol. You put all these little symbols together to make a word, these words to make a sentence, the sentence to make a paragraph, the paragraph, what's up, Nikki? The paragraph to make a chapter to make a book. Language is very important. Nikki Thomas, she was in many of my sociology classes back in the day. Nikki and Ryan Thomas, I believe, yeah, Ryan got his degree in sociology, didn't he? Good old Chastain, now known as Dr. Amy Chastain Miller. She taught us so much. You know what I remember learning from you, Nikki? Is that when typing, I know you're going to be like, this is crazy. When you're typing out a paper and you hit a period, you only have to do one space before you start the next word. Nikki taught me so much, though. Oh, wow. I mean, changed my life for the better. Thank you, Nikki Thomas. She's good to me. The good old days. I know. Sociology. I mean, what would you do to be able to sit in a class with Chastain teaching right now? Anyway. All right. So let's language. Yeah. Okay. We got values. What are values? That is what is desired in life. What do you desire in life? I desire higher pay. So that means I value money. All right. We got norms. Lord, if you don't know what norms are, just don't come to the class tomorrow, to the test. Norms are the rules that guide our behavior. Socially created norms based on the society in which it's found. Sanctions, positive and negative. Positive sanction would be thumbs up, good job. Negative sanction, death penalty, as in lethal injection. There you go. There's your negative sanction. They influence you to do positive or reward or reprimand the behavior. There you go. All right. Moral holidays. Y'all remember my example of good old Clarice and Chloe? They are stifled by all these norms and rules that they got to go by in college. So spring break comes, and what do? They go to Cancun, and they try out for Girls Gone Wild. What are they on? A moral holiday. Not amoral, one word, but as in a space, moral space, holiday. All right, that's like Mardi Gras, New Orleans. It's fun times. Let's all go to New Orleans. I'm gonna live there one day. All right. Oh, folkways and mores. Okay, folkways. Example would be stinky breath. I mean, you're not gonna be sent to death row for stinky breath, but nobody's gonna ask you to go to a party. That would be violating a folkway. All right. Now, violating a more, as in a space M-O-R-E, not amore, but a more, that would be like, I'm going to go murder somebody, and the police catch me, and they put me on death row, and they're going to kill me. Okay? That is a more. It has more negative sanctions. It's more because it violates the society's norms. The more violation that it does to the group, the worse the punishment will be. There you go. Folkways, stinky breath. Mores, murder. All right, what we got next? Subcultures. They are like the dominant culture, but a little bit different. For example, you as a student are part of a subculture. You know words such as syllabus or course guide, study guide, etc. You're part of a subculture, but you still know what the mainstream is like. Then we have countercultures. Those folks go against mainstream society. Now that can range anywhere from the Order of the Amish to the I would say the KKK, but something even worse than that. We're almost to the end of chapter 2. I'm going to take a break. Ideal versus real culture. Okay? Ideal culture. Give me an example. Let's see. I believe in the PowerPoints, ideal culture is a picture of Beyonce. Yeah, my examples might be a little dated. But there's a picture of Beyonce with her perfect body and her perfect hair and her perfect makeup. Ideal. Okay? Real culture, you're looking at it. All right? Another example would be, have you ever texted while driving? Don't lie. Everybody's done it. Now, ideally, we say texting and driving is wrong. That's ideal culture. But real culture, people text and drive all the time. It's not good, folks. You have car wrecks, hurt people. Ooh, and then Henslin, the author of the book, jumps to genetics-informed sociology. Guess what that is? The study of human behavior based in genetics. Cultural diffusion, which I've almost forgotten what that is. Oh, that's the last one. All right, so let's see. All right, because it was cultural diffusion and cultural leveling. Cultural diffusion is when you got, for example, in another country, you got one McDonald's. You got a little bit of another culture in your culture. Cultural diffusion. You're allowing a little bit of another culture. Now, cultural leveling is like looking at the globe. Remember, we looked at the world map and we saw where McDonald's was everywhere? It's cultural leveling. McDonald's is everywhere, except for places in Africa, South America. The jungle. All right. Break time, because I have done chapters 1 and 2. 21 minutes long. I'm pretty positive nobody's going to watch all of this, but just in case y'all need any last minute questions, I feel like I'm just going to read the rest of these out. I don't know. I teach this at 1 o'clock and at 2 o'clock back to back, and I'm repeating myself. I know it looks like I'm reading it, but it's just because I've done it for going on 12 years. Yeah. All right. Chapter 3, socialization. Society makes us human. And if y'all don't remember that, seriously, it was on the PowerPoints like 5 times. All right. Oh, God. Nature versus nurture. Is it biology? Are you born with it? Or did you learn it in your society? And you think of this, me today, 2019, if I was born in 15th century China, would I be the same person? Right. Okay. Socialization, learning people's, learning the ways of a group. All right. Learning the do's and don'ts, learning how to ride an elevator, learning how to work at a laptop, learning how to smoke a cigarette, which I'm about to do in just a minute. Socialization is learning how to work through the norms and values and belief systems of the United States, or of the culture in which it's found. The self, generalized other. Ooh, the way you think others think of you. The I and the me. The I, spontaneous. The me, chill out. Looking glass self. Wait, I'm sorry. I just screwed those up. Generalized other is like the public. It's what we think, it's like what the public thinks about you. Generalized other. The looking glass self is what you think others think of you. And you could be completely wrong. And then there's Freud and his psychoanalysis. Just know the definition. The id, the ego, and the superego. Remember the spontaneous, and then the in-betweener, and then the public. And then you got gender. What about gender right there for? Oh, gender socialization. Example, go to Walmart. From a mile away, you look at it, and you see pink for girls, blue for boys. That's gender socialization. All right. What did Goldberg and Lewis discover about parenting? Remember, they did the research when the mothers were playing with their children. And they separated the children and the mothers with a physical barrier. And what did they find? Most of the time, not always, but most, that female children sat down and cried for their mother. They were dependent. Male children actively tried to jump across the barrier towards their mother. Okay? Saying that we may socialize our kids to be dependent or independent. All right, differences between working class and middle class disciplining children. I had a question about this earlier. All right. So what we find, or some sociologists found, I'm just reporting it. Basically what you do is the type of job that the parent does. They learn things at that job based on, is it a middle class job, working class job, upper class job? They learn different things. Okay. And when they come home and discipline their children, they use what they learned at work to discipline their children with. So, for example, they say, not always, remember, there's always exceptions, but they say that, oh gosh, it's 10 o'clock. We got to get to bed. All right. Working class parents, they say, use physical punishment more often. Working class parents learn to obey at work, and then they come home and they teach their children to obey. Okay. Middle class children, less likely to be physically punished. Middle class children learn independence, creative thinking. You said the parents learned at work. All right. Corridor curriculum. How random is that? Corridor curriculum is what you learn outside the classroom. Okay. Resocialization. All right, here you go. So you're socialized in the United States growing up. You become an adult, you go to prison. You go to the penitentiary. You become resocialized in the pen. They teach you new ways of being, of dressing, of acting, etc. You are resocialized. All right. And guess what the next term is? Total institution. Example, the penitentiary. And then the life course perspective. That's basically studying people from birth to death, the life course. And that, my students, is the end of chapter 3. Can I do chapter 4? I don't know. It's 27 minutes. I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock. We need to go to bed. All right, let's see. You remember chapter 4 was, chapter 4 was not very lively. It's not one of my favorites. We got macro sociology, large scale, micro sociology, small scale. Divorce rates, Germany versus the United States, macro. Divorce rates, Russellville, Polk County versus Johnson County, Clarksville. Micro sociology. We got social structure. Remember, it's the imaginative building, but it's not really there. Social class, income, education, occupational prestige. Ascribed status, born with. Achieved status, you do something to get it. Social status, position, it's your place. Social status. My social status is a mother. Guess what the next term is? Role. Role is the behavior. So my social status is mother. My role is to change stinky diapers. And guess what? There's norms again. You better know what norms are, the rules that guide our behavior. Social institutions, social integration, mechanical solidarity, division of labor, Gesellschaft, Gemeinschaft. It says I speak German. Dramaturgy. Life is like a stage. You on the front stage and the back stage. On the front stage, you perform for people. Backstage, I don't know, you pick your nose. I'm kidding. All right, we're almost at the end. And then, in this dramaturgy, life is like a stage, we use props, such as my glasses. Well, I'm blind without them, but that's part of my costume that I wear in this life is like a stage, like a theater. It's my prop. Another example would be a lapel pin. All right. Oh, God. Role conflict, role strain. Remember they had the picture of the nuns with the guns? And the last one, are we at the end? Yes. The last one is the Thomas Theorem. I'm going to close this out, but I'm going to tell you what the Thomas Theorem is. Speaking of Thomas, Nikki Thomas. All right, Thomas Theorem. Let's see here if I can quote it. Oh, I just forgot it. It just ran out of my head. Um, something are real in their consequences. Oh, come on, what is it? If people define situations as real, then they are real in their consequences. The social construction of reality. Oh, one of my favorite topics. But okay, here we go. Example, Thomas Theorem. Real easy. Okay. Hello, English. I literally am on the last term of chapter 4. Can you believe that? I went through the study guide. Boom, 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 boom. You know, being goofy. But I'm on the Thomas Theorem, the last one. All right, so here's the example. Okay. Let's say, for example, that I believe in aliens, UFOs, you know, things from another planet, aliens. And wholeheartedly, deep down in my soul, I believe in aliens. All right. I find pictures that people have taken of aliens, and I read articles of people have been, you know, grabbed up by aliens, sent up in the sky. I believe aliens are real. Therefore, it's real in its consequences. It's a part of my reality that aliens are real. I'm almost at the end. What is it?
I was gonna do it.
I got like 2 more sentences and I'm done. All right. Now, that's the alien part, right? Believing in aliens, then aliens must be real. Now, on the other side, yeah, right there, babe. It is 10:08. We got to go to bed. All right. So we believe in aliens, therefore aliens are real. What is it, 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Gosh, dang
Right.
it! It's gonna fall down.
The house is shaking now. Hey, Victoria.
Yes.
Can you please calm it down? I got about 2 more sentences. Take that in the kitchen. 2 more sentences. Give me like 2 more minutes and I'll be finished, okay? I told you. Most difficult job I've ever done. Being a parent. A single parent. That's poor. All right. Aliens. So we believe aliens are real, then they are real in their consequences. All right? Now, on the other hand, there are other people in this world, mostly based in science, that say, guess what? Aliens are not real. The pictures you see are fake. You know, I can prove to you that scientifically aliens cannot be blah, 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 blah. So in those people's perspectives, in their hearts and souls, aliens are not real. So they have constructed their reality, socially constructed their reality to know in their hearts that aliens are not real. Thomas Theorem. Basically, all you need to know for the test is the definition, but I want you to learn something. It's pretty interesting the way people create their realities. When people experience social experiences, you know, people have social interactions. They can remember that social interaction and retell the story, you know, 2 years from now. And then they retell the story 6 years from now. Do you think that story is going to be exactly what happened? Now, if you're like me, you do screenshots of everything. So you got your citations, right? But we create our reality every day by retelling these memories that may not be true. Interesting, huh? I don't know. I find the social creation of reality and the social creation of knowledge very interesting. So, English, you gonna make a 100? Knuckles. I know English is ready. She's on top of things. I'm gonna get her to teach one day. Will you teach for me one day, English? She knows her stuff. She's good. And I thank you for coming to class every day, every time. Unless documented excuse, but that's cool. You didn't miss anything Friday, but I canceled class Friday because I got sick in class. I didn't feel good. But the PowerPoints are posted. All right, everyone. We're going to wrap this up. I hope y'all sleep well tonight. Get you some coffee in the morning. I'll see y'all around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Be there on time. If you're late past 10 minutes, can't take the exam. So you got to be there on time. I'm not in education anymore, but I can try. Oh, English, you so could teach this class because you have great perspectives and you have great insights during class, and I appreciate that. Great examples, too. So keep it up. Good job. All right. So, everybody, sleep well tonight. Get some exercise in the morning. Health is wealth. Get your Scantrons, pencils. Don't you bring a pen to class. Can't take the exam with a pen. How much you want to bet, English? How much you want to bet somebody gonna forget their Scantron? I bet you a quarter. I bet you $1 somebody will forget their Scantron. And how many times do I say it? Somebody always forgets it. And they forget to write the name on the test. I still, mind blown. They forget to write the name on the test. It happens. But people get nervous when they take exams. You got to write your name on it. You know, when you do your job interviews one day, make sure you write your name on it. I'm preparing y'all for your future jobs. It's my goal. All right. Thanks for hanging out. See y'all tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't text and drive. And maybe you learned something. Yes, someone always does. You talking about the Scantrons or the pencils? I mean, I've had people take.
I'm going outside.
Okay, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, y'all. And thanks for hanging out. I enjoyed it because I was talking about sociology. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night. Deuces.